Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Welcome to the show, the One Ass Cheek and 3 Toes. I am your host, Nate the Great, and I got my fellas here, Mr. Jay Weezy and BA. How y'all fellas doing?
Good.
Doing great, man.
Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know Detroit didn't have a good Thanksgiving, but that's all right.
Oh, Michigan didn't have a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. The state of Michigan didn't have a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, everybody lost. Well, let's just dive into it. The Lions fall to the Packers 31-24 on Thanksgiving. Before we talk about the breakdown of this game, I just want to say that this was probably one of the most piss poor efforts of a refs I've ever seen in a game. It's pathetic that 2 touchdowns were allowed when clearly all of us could see that they were not touchdowns or should not have been counted as touchdowns. And I hate to see that in games when the game's close like that, because you saw we lost by 7 points. And those were huge calls because not only were they 4th downs, but they were touchdowns that were scored on us for those calls. And that shit's got to stop. I'm getting tired of this crap every time. The Lions just getting screwed over and over again by the refs. What the hell are they looking at? They need to take these calls to the booth and review these crap, because that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. I was so pissed off with that. But yeah, let's dive into it.
Yeah, I mean, that was some things that pissed me off too. Referees calling. I mean, when they called that touchdown, that was like a 4-point swing right there. You know what I mean? That just kind of gave Green Bay that momentum. And that's what one thing people got to understand is when a team can score off of something like that, it changes the momentum of the game. That changes the game plan of the whole team, the whole offensive and defensive approach of what you want to do. Sure. And one I've seen where that guard, he jumped off the line. It was either the guard or the tackle, and they said that LaFleur called the timeout. He did not call the timeout.
In the presser, he winked and said he did.
Jumped off, and they seen it. You seen it on real time. Replay showed it. They talked about it on the color commentator. Everybody talked.
Fucking ridiculous, man. They didn't hear
that led to that second touchdown. That was that one that led to the second touchdown.
That was on
the first touchdown should never count because he didn't catch that ball. He did not catch the ball.
Right.
He didn't.
That one too. And
if he caught the ball, I don't know what a catch is anymore.
I don't either. I don't either.
Real talk. And it's crazy when you were willing to let one slide, but when they scored that second touchdown, I almost felt like the game was out of reach right there because they were having to play from behind. I'm used to the Lions either being able to go out there, go tit for tat and win the game, but never being able to just play from behind. They weren't able to do that. And I mean, it pissed me off that game. Yeah. And
once again, the Lions come off to a slow start again.
Absolutely. And anybody who sits there and say that game was fairly called, you have a bias. Obviously, we know you're biased, and you just can't admit it that the refs fucked it up. Now, that doesn't excuse how the Lions played, but the refs clearly had an influence in that game.
Even Watson pushed off on Meek.
Yeah, he pushed off.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. That was wow. Damn.
I even kind of screen recorded a video that showed Christian Watson clearly extending his arms, getting Amik Robertson off of him. And Amik posted that same video. Yeah. And it's but that's not offensive pass interference. Come on, man. I mean, seriously.
Let me ask you a question before we get into the nuts and bolts of what happened with the Lions. What are you more concerned with right now, the offense or the defense?
Defense. I'm a little bit more concerned about the defense.
B, I'm sure you're probably going to say offense, right?
I'm going to say offense because now you don't have Amon St. Brown. I think offense is last year we won through offense. We didn't have a good defense last year. and we won 15 games.
Excuse me. Dang.
And this year we don't have that same continuity on the offense, and that's showing up. It's forcing our defense to make plays. It's putting them out there in the spotlight when they shouldn't be out there in the spotlight.
Right.
And I think a lot of that has to do with Dan Campbell. I'm sorry. Stop calling plays, dude. It's time for somebody else to take over the play calling, dude. You are failing miserably. Miserably.
Yeah, he need to hire somebody quickly, someone to come in.
I don't think he's going to do it. I think
I appreciate it.
He'll probably do it in the offseason.
I'll tell you why I'm concerned with the defense, though, because
go with the defense.
Right now you got two people that are dealing with major injuries. That's Kirby Joseph with the knee injury, and then Terry Arnold with the shoulder injury. Now Terry Arnold is supposed to have surgery if he hadn't already had surgery. That's two guys in our secondary, and we're going against the next two games against Dallas and LA are going against two pass-heavy teams that can literally throw up 300 yards a game. And you're missing really two of your best backs. So that's kind of concerning. And on top of that, the defensive line hasn't played up to standard. And that's kind of big considering that if the Lions could at least have a good pass rush, then you know that at least you can probably hang in there, throw them off a couple times. But the Lions haven't been able to do that. The Lions are tied with the New York Giants with 2 games right now to have 0 sacks in a game. That's not good. And while they may be leading the league in pressures, I think that's a bit indicative to what we really need because you can get the pressures, but you need to get home as well. You need to throw quarterback off their paths, kind of throw them off their route a little bit. And I had heard a stat a little bit earlier that Thanksgiving Day, Jordan Love, on 2/3 of his dropbacks, he had 2.5 seconds before he even faced pressure. The week before that, Jamison Williams had 2.5 seconds on 75% of his dropbacks, which is kind of bad considering that, you may get 3 seconds in the NFL. That's all you need until someone gets open and you can make a play. And for nobody from Ali McNeil to Al-Qadim Muhammad to Aiden Hutchinson, Roy Lopez, whoever it is, to not get a sack, it's kind of concerning. And that's the reason why I'm a bit concerned with the defense.
And Shep did say in his presser that they're going to have to find different ways to get pressure on the quarterback. He's going to have to make some changes. So at least he's being honest that, hey, whatever we're doing right now is not working. I would say the turnovers are the bigger thing. I mean, this team needs to get turnovers because if you get turnovers, you set the offense up in good position. And there was this opportunity where we had a chance to get a fumble, and I don't know what the hell happened. There was 3 Lions around there, and not one Lion came up with it. I think it was the lineman for the Packers that did.
I saw that. And I remember
that. Shep alluded to that in his presser, saying that, hey, we got to get the ball somehow. We're not getting the ball, and the problem is that when a team is turnover hungry and relies on turnovers to help to aid their defense, if they're not getting turnovers, they're not being successful.
Yeah,
and you're seeing
turnovers
a lot of
turnovers.
And part of that is because our main turnover guy has been injured, which is
that too. Yeah.
Turnovers,
and that's the reason why. And that's why our secondary looks like shit because Kirby is the captain back there. It doesn't make a difference who the corners are.
Right.
If Brian Branch is back there or not, doesn't make a difference. He is the guy that solidifies that secondary. Without him back there, you can see how bad that secondary is.
Let's talk about that for a sec because I don't like using injuries as an excuse. But the reality is that last year, the D-line took the largest hit. Kaminsky went out. McNeil went out. Hutch went out. And this year, it's the secondary. Arnold's out. Kirby's been out. DJ Reed's been out. I mean, Brian Branch has been the only one, God willing, has only been the healthiest one for the most played of the season.
Meek too.
And Meek too. I mean, you can't win games when you have that many injuries to key positions.
I agree.
And you're seeing the Lions, their record is what it is, but the reality is, guys, we're hurting, man. You look at the positions that we're hurting on, the injury reports, Panay just got added to the injury report. I'm sure he's going to play, but he's banged up. I mean, dude, where are the healthy bodies?
Everybody's banged
like
up at this time of the year. I think the thing that you notice most, because last year you mentioned it, defensive line was all banged up, right? But guess what was the constant? The secondary.
Yeah.
Pretty much the secondary was, and that's how we went 15-2. Now you see, now Brad Holmes should take notes of this. Our secondary is screwed up, and we have a pretty healthy defensive line, and we're still not doing anything on the defensive line, which tells me, dude, let's go out there and get somebody.
That's good.
A free agent, yeah, because you know what? I've been trying to defend him about that whole situation and say, hey, he's going to go what we got, trust in Brad. But this is an indication right here of how bad, what our defense relied on last year. It didn't rely on a defensive line. It relied on its secondary. That secondary played their asses off last year. The defensive line didn't, they were hurt, true enough.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, everybody is pretty much healthy.
Think about this, and what you said is so right, because Kirby Joseph is missing. That is a big part, and I think that people really underestimate how big Kirby Joseph is, because if you look at last game, Kirby Joseph has done a very good job over the past couple of years being able to defend Jordan Love. When Jordan Love is chased out of the pocket or something like that and throws off his back foot, guess who's right there to pick him off? Kirby Joseph.
Or just taking the ball away, like that's a huge thing that he does. That's why you get him money.
Or having everybody in front of him in the secondary doing their jobs the right way, and he's the one that's the captain on that defense in the backfield. He's the one that says, you're supposed to be over there, DJ Reed. You're supposed to be over there, Meek. You're supposed to be over there at TA and B, man, BB. We got this right back here. That's him. That's what he does. And when he's missing, that's when the defense fell apart.
That's the big part that they're missing. And B, also, I like what you said about Brad Holmes having to get some more depth for the defense, because, I was thinking about this. Next year, there is going to be no DJ Reader, probably no Marcus Davenport, probably no Onwuzurike. That's three people right there that you may have to replace, and that's going to be very hard to get three people in free agency and draft to make an impact right then and there.
Yeah, but they also have some guys that possibly next year could be in bigger roles. Williams obviously could take that DJ Reader spot.
Williams could take that spot.
Hassasin could maybe take over for Muhammad if they decide to get. Muhammad's been the biggest appointment in my opinion.
Well,
he's kind of just quiet off.
Him, I just want to see that he can play and he can actually follow his assignments and he can play up to the NFL standard. But I do agree that Hassanin. He'll
probably have a hopefully a bigger role, and they'll probably draft somebody.
That draft pick, and I got a question for the both of you guys. Over the past two drafts, do you think that this team has actually built the depth that they actually needed through the draft? Because I don't think so. I want to be honest.
Well, I
don't think it's not about the depth to me. It's more about the impact players. I don't think on the defensive line, except for Aiden Hutchinson, they really have an impact player. They got Aleem. I'm talking about the other side. You don't necessarily have to have a guy out there that's doing the same thing Hutch is doing. That'd be great, but it don't have to be like that. He could be to what Rasheed Gary is to Micah Parsons. That's the kind of guy that you need. You need that kind of guy. And I don't think he goes out there and drafts that. Those three guys that you mentioned that might be going last year, I'd trade them for a bag of chips because they ain't worth shit. They're not. They're not good players. They're fill-ins. I haven't seen not one of them make any impact plays.
So
that's the point.
So it's a twofold thing with that answer. Yes, I do agree with you, B. We haven't seen the impact that some of those players have when we drafted them. I would also argue injuries have taken a toll on those players. And so when injuries outweigh the talent, that's a problem. And unfortunately, when Brad Holmes drafts a player, they're not always all hurt. Injuries happen because it just happens. It's just part of the game. And if you can't stay healthy, you can't be available. Also, too, I think with this answer that you're asking for, it's also too where the Lions draft. They're drafting at the bottom of the draft. They're not a bad team, so they're not drafting high. So the ceiling for really, really good players is probably 1 to 15. After that, it's a crapshoot. What you can find or what's going to pan out.
That's the reason why Brad Holmes is Brad Holmes. He makes
True.
those picks. He's gotten people in later rounds and made them gems. I mean, they've been gems. Yeah. So I don't use that as an excuse either, because you can find hidden talent if you're a very good scout. If you know how to scout well. It's just the fact that he's got to stop draft. When people this is a business. First of all, this is the main thing the Lions have to understand. And this is almost kind of like the William Clay Ford running shit, because he liked to keep players for a long period of time, and whether they're beat up or whatever the case may be. No, if they're injured, I'm sorry. It's been real. We got to replace you, because we're trying to win games here, and we can't win games with you on crutches. So, if you go somewhere else and have a good game, our bad. But at the time, you're supposed to be here to win. That's the whole goal for any team in the NFL.
But I'll give you
the Super Bowl.
But I'll give you an example. Terrion Arnold. Okay, he was a high draft pick. He was drafted in the first round. We were expecting a lot out of him. The guy. This is the second time this year the guy's been banged up, and he was hurt last year. I mean, what's the clock on him? Do we have to draft a cornerback now? Because the reality is that we can't rely on Terrion Arnold to stay healthy.
I mean, and that's big, because if you ask me, that's two players that they're going to be like that you look at. The first pick, Terrion Arnold, then the second one, it's Rakestraw. And it's Rakestraw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is he? I mean, by the time he comes back, we're going to still be saying, hey.
We don't know. He hasn't been healthy. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to gauge these players when they can't play.
Yeah.
And if you can't play, then that's the problem.
In this Rakestraw, the double dip at the time, we may have looked at the double dip at cornerback saying, hey, that may be a good thing considering we need defensive backs. But now that you look at it and seeing how our offensive line struggle, someone they could have gotten at that time? What's his name? Jackson Powers Johnson, the center? Kind of sound familiar now that we're down to Tristan Colon, and it's like
Powers Johnson went before Terrion Arnold.
He did, but Brad Holmes get a little bit aggressive and like to trade up or trade back and get some picks. If it was somebody you could have traded up for as another center, somebody who can start for the next 10 years after Frank Ragnow is gone, and I think that I really just the fan in me, the person that sees this and listens to how Brad Holmes talk, I don't think that they really prepared themselves enough for this possible scenario. I mean, Nate, you and I talked about it. B, you've said it multiple times. Frank Ragnow was banged up by the way he retired again. I mean, It was a certain point in time he had a fractured throat. He had an inoperable toe. He played with a torn pectoral muscle. He played on bad ankles and knees. It was just all bad for Frank Ragnow. I'm not going to say any real GM, because that's kind of disrespectful. I'm going to say any person that's observing that and that really takes help serious would see, damn, this kid may not be here for long. I need to find his replacement.
Well, they did draft 2 interior linemen in that draft. The problem is that
in the 2024 draft or the 2025 draft?
This last draft. They drafted Tate, they drafted Davis. They took interior guys.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you had Graham Glasgow. And they were high on Glenn Gaskell. I don't know why, but they were high on him.
That's the part where you look and you snap your fingers and say, "See, you look." That's right there. You get a finger wagging because
I mean, hindsight's 2020. You don't know. You don't know.
I will say this. I'll put it to you this way: Brad Holmes, he kind of dug himself and put himself in a hole. I think we could all really just say, you know what? Damn, you know what? You may be right. While it may not be just the worst possible outcome, but the worst things have happened when it comes to the offensive line.
But that's not Brad Holmes' fault. That's injuries. Injuries are part of the game. We didn't see Christian Mahogany going out. We didn't see Graham Glasgow going out a game. I mean, these guys have been pretty durable. I mean,
it just really
you can't blame injuries on the GM. That's what I'm trying to say.
It really effed it up knowing Frank Ragnow retired, and now you got to put an older Graham Glasgow at a center position to replace the all-pro center.
And that's the reality that we had to deal with. Yeah.
And I would have rather not have to have had to do that. Now, like I said, if they would have let go of Enos Rakestraw, tried to find a way up to get Jackson Powers Johnson, I don't know why I want to call him Jonah, but if they would have found a way to try to get him the way you got Isaac Tesla, or the way you traded up to get a Broderick Martin, or what's his name, Hendon Hooker, then things would probably seem a little bit different. We won't be talking bad about the offensive line.
Maybe the Raiders don't even play Jackson Power Johnson, to be honest with you.
He's hurt.
He hurt.
He was playing.
Yeah.
Well,
he got hurt.
Before he was on the trading block for the
He
Raiders.
had a 90.6 grade as a center.
Yeah, he was starting for him. He was their best offensive line until he went down.
I get it. I'm not going to blame somebody for getting drafted before our team. If it's after, if it's after, we can have the conversation. But before other teams valued him, who knows if Brad called and maybe the asking price is too high. Again, it takes two teams to make a deal.
I won't make that assumption, but what I will say this is we've seen it in a couple of drafts now. We've seen it in 3 drafts. One in the 2022 draft where they traded up and gotten Jamison Williams. The 2023 draft when they gotten Hendon Hooker. And the 2025 draft when they gotten Isaac Tesla. We've seen it in 3 out of their 5 drafts. And I'm not gonna say Brad Holmes didn't, but we didn't hear any reports about it. But I will say this: knowing Frank Ragnow is hurt, how long? I got a question for both of y'all. How long have we known Frank Ragnow to be really banged up? It's been a couple of years.
It's been about 3 or 4 years.
It's been about 3 or 4 years. Okay. Guess who else they could have gotten in a prior draft? Cam Jurgens, center for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? Now that's before we got to where we were. But I'm saying instead of drafting Pascal, who hasn't played, Cam Jurgens was right there. That's another player that they could have gotten.
Okay, that's fair.
But
again, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, man. Like the milk's already been spilled. The issues are the issues. We need to look forward to what the answers are, not going back, because going back does nothing for this team. It does nothing for us. It's just woulda, coulda, shouldas.
When we came to that fork in the road, we went left instead of going right. And now here we are with these types of problems that we have. Okay,
so here we are. What's the answers? What do we do going forward? I don't care what's going on in the past. I don't care what we don't have.
The reason why this is relevant to the future is because Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been very stuck in their ways. That's not a bad thing. They love their players, but they have
they've built a contender. I wouldn't say stuck in their ways
through the draft. Now that you have built that contender through the draft, how do you maintain doing that now? Yeah,
well, I mean, the reality is, they got to keep doing what they're doing. They got to see what the free agency market looks like. They always are open to listening for trades, and they draft and develop. That's what their mantra is. It's not gonna fucking change
because we got our core players. But now for the people that we got our core players. You locked up Aline. You locked up Hutch. You locked up Kirby Joseph. You locked up your linebackers, except Anzalone. You got the people you want now. What about the other people that need to be replaced? DJ Reader.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Every offseason you have about 30% turnover, so we'll see.
Because after this year, they're going to have to be a lot of people to step up, but we're not going to be strong as we once thought we were. Because do you expect Tyleik Williams to come in and have a DJ Reader type?
I don't know. We don't know. We need to see more. I mean, you can't put the horse before the carriage. Like
the thing is, we don't know. We can speculate these questions, but Brad Holmes better be on it. He better be on it. He better be making calls and scouting out because it's going to be difficult in the future. It's going to be very difficult.
All I know is this: Frank Ragnow retired. I don't know if it was unexpectedly to the Lions, but he retired late, and he should have been. He should have really kind of zeroed into the people. Yeah, he should have said something. And on top of that, then, they didn't sign Zeitler, which was a bad. I know he wanted to go back down to Tennessee. I know he wanted to be with his family, but hell, that's the reason why they make cars, trains, and automobiles and planes. You can go back down there and do that. That was the one that I was scratching my head about because you're trying to put two, it's one thing to start Ratledge. Okay. But then you're going to start Ratledge, Semo, and Graham Glasgow at second.
That's 3 different players.
3 different players playing in an offensive line that had continuity the year before. And I told you guys from the get-go of this season, the Lions will go as that interior line will go. If they get beat. They're going to get beat through that interior line, and that's exactly what happens. Most of these times they lose, they get beat because that interior line is not doing their job.
It's any football, man. Any football. You have weak interior lines, your quarterbacks are going to struggle because they can't step up in the pocket.
I'm not talking about any football, Nate. I'm talking about Lions football.
But I'm just saying any O line. If you have weak interior,
any other team right now,
I know, but I'm just saying any O line, you're going to have those issues. Is what I'm saying. Yes, the Lions are. It's magnetized more because the fact is that the Lions line is the bread and butter. It's the play action. It's the run. It's the protection of Goff in the interior. Yes, it means a lot more to the Lions because it is predicated on everything. So I totally agree.
I won't say that's any football team because I can give you an example of a team that has been down a couple offensive linemen but still finds the way to win, and that's the New England Patriots. You know, look at what the Patriots did to the Giants last night.
Yeah, but they didn't run the football.
They're missing a couple offensive linemen. Yeah. You know, and that's a stout defense in New York. I know they're bad and they only won 2-3 games, but their defense is still pretty good.
I think what it is with this line is key to how Goff reacts as a quarterback. Now, none of these games they really have been losing because of Goff. Goff has been playing up to par. He's been doing what he can do.
Yeah, he's doing.
Now and everybody knows. I'm getting sick of people talking about Lions fans, you especially. Oh, he doesn't run. He needs to learn how to run, dude. This is a veteran quarterback. He went to a Super Bowl. That's dumb.
That's not his game, and I hate that.
And we know that.
People think that, just because Jared Goff if he uses his legs, he'd be okay. What happens as soon as he hikes the ball? Micah Parsons is in his face. What happens then? You can't run out of that. Lamar Jackson can't run out of that. Nobody can run out of that. Like
that's what I'm saying. And this is what this is the problem that I have. And to kind of your point, Jay, about looking ahead about the line itself. But when you had a guy there, Zeitler would have been just enough. Even if Ragnow retired, Zeitler would have been enough. And we could have worked with Glasgow and Ratledge on the side and threw some Semo in there and stuff like that. There's got to be – you need to protect Goff. You know you need to protect Goff. You know he's not a running quarterback. You know this stuff. This is the reason why you had an A1 offensive line for the last 4 years because you know that. Now
you also had a veteran crew too. Let's be honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they added Penei Sewell, Glasgow. They did get Glasgow from Denver, so that he could be a guard because he's an amp guard. He's okay with a guard. That's not a problem. You don't need to have. You just need to have a spectacular right tackle, a spectacular left tackle, a so-so right tackle, and a dominant center. You get those two guys. Your guards can be.
I think. I think also
center's a guy.
I think also too because people were so high on Semo and they were high on Semo, that could have been a reason why they didn't bring back Zeitler. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I agree with that, but I'm still just kind of wondering why you let someone like Zeitler walk away. You know, that is a guy that is proven. Now, if they were at a different point of where they are, let's just say their Super Bowl window is closed. Then, okay, I'd be fine with being like, you know what, Mahogany, you come in and you step right in and you do this and let's see what you got. But at that time, going 15-2, nobody had foreseen them to be 7-5 right now. Nobody's seen them to be in this position. We thought that we at least have 2 less losses, right? And 2 more wins. And you looking like, okay, they're probably the number 1 seed in the NFC. They're probably the number 1 in the NFC North. But you let Zeitler walk away.
I think just but here's the thing. I think there was something more to him going to Tennessee, because how do you leave a great line like the Lions and go to Tennessee unless there's underlining themes that you decide to do that for it, which is his family. Maybe they wanted him closer. We don't know. None of us know the answer to that. But all I'm saying is you look at going from Detroit and going to Tennessee, it makes no fucking sense unless you had other reasons. That's all I'm going to say.
I think
Brent, we'll address your other 2 questions that you had, but that's going to be for the Dallas segment. So just keep tight there, and we'll bring those questions back for you so we can answer them, because those are kind of Dallas game day questions. But I mean,
go ahead.
Green Bay play. I mean, regardless of the refereeing, Green Bay came in there just like Minnesota did. They came in there.
The line played like shit. The line was terrible. The line was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up.
The defense didn't do much better.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. On to the next one. I mean, they just gotta play better. They just gotta play better. I mean, I just and Campbell has to coach better. I mean, he has to not coach in the sense of how he usually coaches, but these fourth downs and then running 4 straight times, dude, and into the middle of the line. Come on. And when you know your offensive line is weak, why are you running straight in the middle? That's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay?
I asked you a question earlier. So Brian Dable has not signed with anybody. I thought he would maybe gone back to the Bills as assistant and whatever. Would you consider bringing him in as OC next year? He's very familiar with Dan. They have a good relationship with each other.
I would. I definitely would.
Okay. And I think it would help Goff too.
And this is another thing that bothers me too. Everybody is real quick to throwing Johnny Morton under the table. You know what? You didn't give him a chance. Let him give him a chance. He's going to have bad games. This is his first year as an offensive coordinator. Dan just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to take things anyway."
But
while that's true, I mean, I could agree with that when you present that argument. But it's 2 things. One, the coach already took the job away from you, and knowing that he's doing bad as he is now, he hadn't given it back to you. So, I mean, that's out of the window. And 2, you kind of had a public spat with your offensive lineman. That's not going to go over as well either. I mean, he's just as good to fade in the back and say, hey, you know what? I'll just sit here and call me if you need me. I just really don't see him.
And Brian Dable's had history of being a better OC with a better team than probably Johnny Morton's had in his career. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, that's not fair to Johnny Morton because he was on the Jets. The Jets fucking suck. So, I mean, that's not fair to him.
Yeah.
And first of all, and second of all, Dan has just as much friendship with Johnny Morton than he does with Dable. So I mean, if Dable comes in here and all of a sudden he doesn't like something that's going on, and then he doesn't necessarily throw people under the bus, but he says something the wrong way to the offense or something like that, then Dan will be like, "Oh well, fuck that," because you don't know how to run our offense, because you don't know how to talk to people, or your way of coaching sucks. It's my way of coaching, or nobody's way. Then he takes over the play calling again. Then when is the cycle going to end? And everybo's not going to be Ben Johnson. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
that's why he's a head coach. He's
an extraordinary offensive coordinator. Okay, That's what he is, and nobody's going to replace that. All right, so you should have let Morton have his time. If he drops the soap, he drops the soap. He's just going to get fucked. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let him fail. 7-5 to me is not failing. It's where I thought we were kind of deal right now.
But how do you rectify it now? You took away his play calling.
You can't rectify it because Dodo decided to take the play calling away.
Literally, that's like going out.
Exactly. So we're gonna have to move on to another offensive coordinator.
I was gonna use that point too.
See, that's like cheating on your girlfriend. She's not gonna take you back, man.
Right. Now I will say this.
Not a smart one, no.
Yeah.
But I agree though, B. Like it's not fair, but I think that's just how it is. Unfortunately,
it's obviously that's how it is.
Like, and I look and be like, if Brian Dable, I think that Nate brings up a good point when bringing him in. Like, Dable has something to prove. I don't think there will ever be a time where Johnny Morton will become a candidate for a head coaching job. Now, Brian Dable being with New York and knowing what he's able to do with a functioning team, he can come here, one of the best offenses in the league, when you on your game, you're on your shit, and prove that you can still coach. That's something that Brian Dable can come in and do. We don't need another Ben Johnson. We just need somebody that knows how to use our players to their strength.
It is interesting because I thought of this really quick. Ben Johnson, before he took over the play calling, they were 1-6. And he was very involved in the play calling for the Lions. And Johnny Morton, when he got the play calling duties ripped from him, it was really only one bad game that really highlighted him. And so to me, the problem is that Dan panics too quickly on the offense because he did that with Lynn. He didn't do that with Ben Johnson, maybe because he saw more talent in Ben Johnson. I don't know, but he did that with Johnny Morton. So Dan's got to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What's done is done. Okay. Yeah, and Johnny Morton probably won't be with this team next year because of the fact that once you get your play calling taken away from you.
Yeah, he's playing good soldier right now. You could tell he's pissed in the pressers. He don't want to.
He's probably laughing his ass off every time Dan does some stupid shit. So I'm pretty sure he's up there like.
I look at it like, and I'm not. This is no disrespect to Ben Johnson or to the players or any other coach, but. Mm-hmm. It's not always just about the X's and O's. It's about the Jims and Joes. It's about the people you had in place because Ben Johnson had it easy having an all-pro center in, all-pro tackles and, good guards. Like so.
But look at Chicago right now. Chicago's success is based on their O-line.
I will get to that part. But with the Detroit Lions offense that they had last year and the players that they had that were healthy, and Ben Johnson's creative mind, that was like the perfect storm for something good, like for one of the best offenses in the league. But now that you don't have that and you have 3 new players on your offensive line, that would make anybody struggle. And then you bring in a different scheme. That would make anybody struggle. Now, I think over to Chicago. Look at Chicago. They went out and got Allman. They got Jonah Jackson. They got a couple more people on the offensive line to protect Caleb Williams.
They had to because their line was ass. Yeah.
But that's what Ben Johnson. I knew that's what he's going to do when he gets there. The first thing he's going to do is I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this ass line because I don't want my quarterback getting killed.
Right.
So I can see what he's really made of. And then if he's really out there BS.
That was in an off season.
How many times was Caleb Williams sacked last season? It was like 62, 63,
68,
yeah, something like that. 68,
68. And you come in and you look, that number has been cut down in half because they built the offensive line. And now look how good they look.
Well, Caleb can also run too.
I respect the Bears. I respect everything that Ben Johnson has done with that team. But can you really sit here and tell me that offense is better than what the Detroit Lions have now? No, I don't think so. Jameson,
not player-wise, no.
Not even close.
Jahmyr Gibbs is looking like the best football player in the league right now when he breaks free. Yeah. He's playing.
I think what it all comes down to, and B said it best, and we'll have to wrap this segment up, is basically Ben Johnson wouldn't have success with this line.
I agree.
That's the reality.
That's me. I agree.
So it's going to have to do something in the offseason. We're going to have to work on. They're going to have to make some look at. One thing about Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is they never neglect the line. They always make changes when they have to make changes. So I expect a massive change in the offseason on the line. But on that note, we brought in Liz. What's up, Liz? How you doing?
What's up, Liz?
What's up, guys? How are you doing in Michigan?
Cold.
Very cold.
It's cold down here too.
All right. Your code is not our code, bro.
No, it's not.
It was like 36 in the morning, but anyways, whatever.
Ooh,
all right.
36. That's it.
Yeah, well, that felt pretty good. All right. B, go ahead and give us the power rankings.
All right. You asked for it.
Bringing the funk back. I like it. All right. Give us the picks, man, because I looked at mine and it was. I'm surprised if anybody did good this week. It was ugly.
I was 9-7.
Yeah.
Yes, you were. But guess what, Jay?
What were you?
I was 11-4.
Oh,
Wow.
Actually, you were 9-7, yeah, or 11-5, or I don't know what the hell I was. Let me see. So we all had the same amount. Okay, all right. So, yeah, you didn't do very good this time either, Nate. You actually made 500. You were 8-8. Let's see. Jay, you were 8-7, or 8-8, or 9-7. Damn. I didn't change it on my paper, but I changed it on the thing. But you were 9-7, and Liz, you were 10-6. Thanks to you picking that Giants pick, which I don't know why you did.
Yeah, why did you do that? I'm surprised you did that.
I was going off a limb.
Yeah, you went off a limb, all right.
You sure did.
And I was 12-4. So guess what, Jay?
What's
Two
up?
games, buddy.
Hey,
it's
I got it up
fine.
for you. I
Fine.
told you. Told you.
I'm gonna
Not how
do
you
better
start,
this week.
it's how you finish.
This week, I'll be there.
Jay is 115-60. I am 113-62. Liz is 107-68, and Nate is 103-72. Nate, I'm gonna need you to do better. I'm gonna need you,
Dude, I'm telling you, these fucking games, man, it's hard to predict them, man. I'm just gonna do my best. It just comes down to these one or two plays, man, that determine the game.
but it's not been a problem for me and Jay.
Well, because y'all pick favorites.
Liz.
I already told
You
y'all.
don't pick favorites.
Yeah,
I mean,
y'all don't have the nuts to go on the limb.
To win,
Y'all
though.
go with your
Really
gut.
on a
Y'all
limb.
go out of a limb.
And that's
It's
not about having nuts to go on a limb. It's about making good choices. You know, like your mom used to
but the
say,
reality,
go out the house, make good
can go
choices.
either way.
but the reality is, in this NFL season, favorites don't always win. It's most of the underdogs
Right.
winning. That's
Thank
why.
you.
That's
Thank
why these things are weird. So,
Thank
anyways.
you.
It started off the
Let's go
season like that, but once you get a grasp of what these teams are actually doing, then you know.
No,
who's
the
really
dogs are
beating
still winning.
everybody.
Look at some of the games that the Panthers beat the Rams. Who the hell saw that happen?
You guys didn't pick Houston over Indianapolis, and I've been watching Houston.
I did.
Yeah, but okay.
Jay picked Houston.
I
But
sure did.
here's a perfect example. If Downs catches that catch, which was easy to catch, that would have been a touchdown, and they probably would have won the game.
Yeah,
One
they would.
play was the determination of the game.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, but didn't.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Let's go.
I'm just stating the facts. All right,
Well,
let's go ahead and get started.
Houston won, so that's the
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
And they didn't call
But the
that
Colts
touchdown.
had their
If
opportunity.
they didn't call that touchdown against the Lions, that was not a catch. It would have been a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
Right.
That's
and
true.
we lost all the Thanksgiving games because everybody lost. The Chiefs lost to the Cowboys. Who the fuck saw that one?
I did. The Chiefs, the Dallas just got done beating Philadelphia in Dallas. So,
Yeah.
Kansas City, if it was in Kansas City, I would have put Kansas City, but it wasn't. It was in Dallas. And Dallas has been playing pretty well.
And
my
then you
boy
saw the
Burrow
Bengals
came
beating the Ravens.
No, I did not see that one.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
That's not exactly, dudes. There's a hiccup
Got
in
that point.
every week.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways, it's all luck, is what I'm saying. All right, let's go. All right, Bengals and Bills. The Bills are 5.5-point favorites at home. Jay.
Oh, I'm going first. Oh shoot!
Yeah,
give
you're
me the Bills.
first.
You're in the first square.
Give me the Bills, man. I'm taking the Bills.
All right, B.
I think crib.
Yeah, I'll take the Bills as well.
Liz.
Okay.
This is at
This is
it's
at
at
Buffalo.
Bill's territory. Yeah.
51.5 over under.
I'm starting doing a timer.
I'll go
That's about
on
right.
Bills. I'll go
You going
Bills.
Bills too. All right.
I'm start doing a timer.
Seriously. Colts versus Jags. Colts are 1.5-point favorites on the road. Jay.
Fuck.
Keep it a Colts.
B.
Yeah, I'm going Colts as well.
Liz.
I'm going-
You better go Colts because you don't like the Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Colts.
Colts. You got to go Colts.
Yeah, I'm going Jags. They're playing better football now.
Like Jags is on that power ranking either.
All right. Commanders
Jag
versus
lost.
Vikings. Vikings are 1.5-point favorites at home. Jay.
Give me the Vikings.
B.
That's a rat game right there.
No, there's
Jason
worse.
McCarthy's coming back too, by the way.
Yeah, that's gonna help.
Alternate 9.
You know what? So is Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
So
Ooh.
I'm taking the
Wait,
Commanders.
Jaden Daniels is back.
Yep.
He'll be back. That game.
Do they play him this season?
He's gonna play. Yeah, he's
Gonna
practicing.
play.
He practiced last week.
I'm gonna go
just 'cause you
Commanders.
Practice, that doesn't mean you play. Is he?
Why would you?
Even if he didn't play, I'm still going
He was
Commanders.
questionable
because
last
the Vikings
week,
are
so he's probably going to be
trash
this
right
week.
now. You did not score a single point against Seattle. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's different, though. I mean,
And the Commanders played Denver. Like
Okay,
a
2-minute warning.
G.
2-minute warning. Let's
Okay.
go.
I'm
Let's
going
go.
Commanders. Let's
Jay,
go.
are you picking the Vikes?
I already picked the Vikes. Yeah, Vikings.
Okay, I'm gonna go Vikings. Yeah, it's at home. All right, Dolphins versus Jets. Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites on the road. Jay,
I'm in the Dolphins.
a B.
I'm gonna go to Jets.
Liz,
I'm gonna go Jets.
I'm going Jets too. All right, Saints versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 8.5-point favorites at home. Jay, okay, B.
Yeah, definitely the
Liz?
Bucks.
Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going Bucks. All right, Seahawks versus Falcons. Seahawks are 7-point favorites on the road. Jay.
Shit, I may have to take the Seahawks in this one.
Okay, B.
Around it here, Seahawks.
I don't believe in Atlanta anymore.
Atlanta. Oh, Falcons. Oh, are
No.
you kidding me? I'm taking the Seahawks all day and every day.
All right,
I'm 12.
just say it. Liz.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. All right, Steelers versus Ravens. Ravens are 6-point favorites at home. Jay.
Ravens.
B.
They got a rebound. Aha.
Come on. It can't be this hard of a pick.
Come on, B.
Rodgers versus Lamar.
The Ravens lost to Cincinnati. Give me a
That
break.
defense can't stop a cold. They
Yeah,
got to rush over
but
200 yards.
Home. The Ravens are at home.
Yeah,
Wheelers can't stop anything either. Ain't that right, Robbie?
Right.
200 and something yards.
And is Aaron even playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
He played
He'll
last
be
week.
playing.
Yeah, but he got hurt.
Focus and all.
Okay.
He's got
He's crazy.
That's fine.
I'll go with Ravens because they're at home.
All right,
Ravens.
Liz? Yeah, Ravens. All right. Titans versus Browns. Jay.
Browns.
Browns are 4.5-point favorites at home.
Browns. Easy.
B.
Yeah, Browns.
Browns.
Yeah, Browns. Shador's playing well. All right. Broncos versus Raiders. Broncos are 7.5-point favorites on the road. Jay.
Oh, Knicks, baby. Broncos.
Jay. B.
Thank you for the compliment. Broncos at the Raiders, huh? They're
It's
at
not
the
even a
Raiders.
choice, B.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos.
And
Broncos.
I got one for y'all. Pete Carroll gets fired after this week.
I
They just
don't
hired
think
him.
so.
No, they just hired him.
He on the hot seat.
Give me the Broncos. All right, Bears versus Whackers. 6.5-point favorites are the Packers.
Whackers are just too good. Their defense is stifling, man. Give me the
All right,
Whackers.
B.
Yeah, I'll go with the Whack Pack.
Liz.
I'm gonna go Bears.
What? The Bears?
They haven't lost.
The
yet.
Bears. They haven't lost. They're after that title.
Yeah.
They're on a roll,
John-
by the way.
Then Johnson's
It
gonna
doesn't
tear his shirt
matter.
off again.
They're on the road, by the way, NFC North opponent.
But
That's gonna be-
remember, they were on the
Yeah,
road
it's not-
that
it's
one
not
time.
Philly.
Me and you picked the Bears, and they
this ain't
won.
Philly. And while I respect Philly, this
You
is
got Whack Pack, Nate?
Yeah, I got the Packers. Yeah.
We'll see.
The Bears, real
Green Bay.
quick, I was thinking about this. The Bears remind me of the Vikings that one year that won all those close games by close margins. That's what the Bears are
win.
this year. That they just win by the close margins. They find a way to win. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rams versus Cardinals. Rams are 7.5-point favorites on the road. Jay.
Give me the Rams.
B.
Oh yeah, the Rams are pissed. They lost to
Yeah.
Carolina. Yeah, they're going to be kicking
Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams too. All right. Eagles versus Chargers. Eagles are 3-point favorites on the road. Jay.
Is that home? Is that Chargers?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in LA.
it's in LA.
Give me the Eagles.
B.
Fucking Eagles, man. This is
I
when you
know,
think you
right?
got them fucking figured out. They just go and lay an egg to the Bears at home.
Who
And
gives a
the
shit? As long as
Chargers
they lose, I don't care. Fuck the Eagles.
Chargers are running out of steam, man. Remember that.
So are
And
the
Justin
Eagles.
Banged up last
Yeah,
week.
but they're.
Both teams are 8-4, so it's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going out and I'm going to say the Chargers.
Remember, they
Going on a limb?
they lost a couple offensive linemen who stopping Jordan Davis.
And they still been winning.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm
Justin
just
Herbert's
saying.
been balling out. Liz.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Chargers. All right. Let's see. Texans and Chiefs.
Texans.
Yeah, Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites at home. Jay.
Chiefs.
B.
Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm going Texans too. Fuck
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
Fuck
Chefs.
Mahomes.
Be the chefs. All right. And then finally, Lions versus Cowboys. Anybody taking the Cowboys? Jay?
It's a
Okay.
tasty one. You taking
All right.
the Cowboys, Jay?
What was the spread on that?
Lions are like
3
half.
points.
3 points.
Lions are favored by 3.
Hold on, wait. Time out. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Lions don't lose 2 in a row, right? So I'll go Lions.
They don't, but
Go for it, Jay. Take the
Maybe
Go
Cowboys.
for it. Take your Cowboys.
Yeah. Go with your gut.
Who you got, B?
I don't know, man. I'm on that
Fuck off
elevator
this
too. I
ledge,
don't know
B,
which one I
please.
want to go because I'm really disappointed on how the Lions are playing, and it's not
It's
just
gonna
the
be hard.
Lions playing; it's the coaching. And
Yeah.
Dallas has been balling out.
Yeah, but that okay.
They
You
offense.
guys make your own pick. I'm
They-
taking the Lions.
They beat.
I'm wrong.
Hey, they
It's
beat 2
December.
Super Bowls.
This is
They
where
beat
Dak falls.
Hey, you know what?
Listen.
He needs to roll over them balls to wake himself up.
This is where Dak falls.
Trust
He
Yeah.
me.
can never make it in December.
Dallas has beaten 2 Super Bowl contenders.
I
What
get
do the
it.
Lions do? They lost to both of them.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's
Granted,
gonna be a really big-
Granted, they played them at their place, but still.
So y'all
This-
going Dallas.
this is
All right, just
how
go
well do they
Dallas.
contain
Just
Kenny
go
Clark
Dallas.
and Quentin
All right.
Williams. How well do they contain those two?
Yeah, because they stopped the run. It might be some. You know what? We'll get into that.
Yeah.
You're going Cowboys, Jay?
No, fuck that. Lions. Give me Lions.
All right. Yeah, we might take an L on this one, Jay. But yeah, I'm with you on it. I'm with you on
Give
it.
me the Lions, bro. Yeah, I got Lions.
All right.
I do too.
Okay. Well, that completes the picks.
That's
Thank
week
you, Liz.
14.
We will see what happens. Yes.
That is week 14.
Let's go.
Liz,
All
I'm gonna
right.
hit you up. We gotta talk.
Okay.
All right. All right, fellas. Lions and Cowboys. We were kind of alluding to it earlier. Let's talk about it. It's going to be a
Well,
must
let's
win
get
for
to a
both
couple.
teams.
Let's go to a
Mhm.
couple of questions. Brent had one earlier.
Okay. What do you say?
This is one of his questions. He's worried about Rock Sin covering Cowgirls second or third options. Well, I mean, if you see, yeah, he would be in that situation. What do you got to say on that one, Jay?
Rocky Ya-Sin is actually, better than what a lot of people see him as. I really think Rocky Ya-Sin is a good number 2, possibly like good, okay, not like elite, but like good and okay. I mean, he's held his own before. I mean, he's definitely held his own. I think this is going to be a game where our defense has to really step up because while we aren't really dealing with a lot of injuries on the defensive line, Marcus Davenport is back. I expect a lot more out of you. Aiden Hutchinson, I expect more out of you. I expect them to really just make Dak Prescott life hell. That's going to be a big factor because if Dak Prescott has 3 seconds to throw like these other quarterbacks, he's going to pick them apart.
Yeah, I think this comes down to pride for Shep. I know he prides himself in running man-to-man defense.
Mm-hmm.
I would not run man-to-man defense with CD Lamb and Pickens out there.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I would, or if I do, I'd mix it up with some zone and some man-to-man. But to run straight man all game, and if you want to win, shoot, I don't see that happening. If you run man-to-man all game,
I agree. So I mean,
I think the intangibles that come into play in this game, if Kirby does start in this game, that would be a whole heck of a lot better for that defensive.
Your backside is got the communicators on
the other part of this is too. What was the score of the game last year when we beat Dallas?
52 to something.
You don't think they got that in their head coming here?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
absolutely they do.
They have like I said, this is a must-win for both teams. Like whoever loses the game more likely is probably out of the playoffs.
I'm going to say the Lions need this game a hell of a lot more than Dallas needs this game. And reason being is because Dallas, I feel like they're overachieving. Now, while they made a couple of good moves, getting George Pickens, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, nobody foreseen them to be this good because you traded away your best player in Micah Parsons. But they have stepped up and they have passed every test since. But the Lions are still wanting to be that Super Bowl team. And if you can't win and narrow the gap, you're going to be looking at a playoff elimination very soon if you cannot win this game.
I have to disagree with to this point. That one tie that they got right now can bite them in the ass. It's kind of like the Green Bay situation. Green Bay can bite them in the ass too. If they don't play they don't play solid football in these next, if they don't beat Chicago twice, that's going to kill them.
Could you imagine?
But Dallas has the Carolina Panthers nipping at their toe.
Mm-hmm.
And the Carolina Panthers beat them earlier in the season. So they got to stay out in front of that. So I think the game would be more to them. For the Dallas, for the Lions, we got the Rams, but then we got Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Chicago. All beatable teams.
Yeah.
So 4 wins. If we're 11-6 and we get in the playoffs, that probably just to be about right from what we said. 12-5, 11-6.
I think
get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think just for the
but
morale,
the Cowboys need it.
Yeah, Cowboys definitely need it because they're chasing the Eagles. That's why they need this win more than anything. Because if they win this game, they're a game.
They're not going to catch the Eagles. They're not going to catch the Eagles. That's just not going to happen.
Well, if the Eagles lose and the Cowboys win, they're pretty much not neck and neck with each other.
If we go by that assumption, but we're not going by that assumption. Dallas has got no shot at winning that number 1 spot unless the Eagles do like a collapse they did in 23.
Oh, shit. They haven't looked good at all. They got trounced by the Bears.
I just want to say that this is a bad spot for the Lions to be in right now because right now we're scoreboard watching.
And we're making rocking a hard place.
We were making sure that Dallas has to lose, Philly has to lose, Minnesota, and all this could have been changed if we would just won some of these fucking games, especially in division.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is everything kind of still in front of us as far as getting into the playoffs. The division's out of the way. We're probably not going to win the division unless Green Bay just falls off the edge or the Bears fall off the edge. But I was thinking before this Packer game, the Lions could run the table and lose 1 game. So they lost to the Packers. So, and I know the Rams are a damn good team, and I know it's going to be in LA, but the Rams showed some vulnerabilities against the Panthers. They got runned on. Stafford, if he got pressured, he do some picks. Like, he's human. And all I'm saying is that maybe this will set up for the Packers to lose to the Packers and the Lions around the table. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You said set up.
Yeah, because if they would have beat the Packers, I would say, okay, we'll probably lose to the Rams. But we lost to the Packers, so maybe we could beat the Rams.
I'm not really following that, but I'll say
that's fine. That's just my philosophy. I'm just saying.
I respect that, but in order for the Lions to be serious and actually get their way in, you got to go 4-1 the rest of the way. You have to. It's imperative you go 4-1 the rest of the way. Why?
Or don't lose a game, period.
Or just run the fucking table.
Or run the table. Hey,
yeah.
Run the table too, but you got 3 NFC opponents coming up, and all 3 of those teams are ahead of you right now in the playoff race. The Bears, the Cowboys, and the Rams. And those are 3 important games that you're going to need to win. And I'll give you a commonality in 2 of those games. They're on the road. The Lions haven't really played well on the road this year. I mean, really, let's just be honest. The Lions haven't really played
at home either.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You called me on that one, but for any team out there, I don't care if it is the Bears, the Buffalo Bills, whoever, it's hard to go 4-1 over 5 games.
No, I get it.
So,
but I mean, like, you look at the favorability of the schedule. This is the easiest part of the schedule for them. If you look at it just from a record standpoint, like we can't keep going win, lose, win, win, lose, win, one. That's what we've been doing all season for the most part. Like, this is the time that if the Lions can get their shit together, beat the Cowboys, get that momentum, I think they can run the table. Because you talk about the Rams being a really good team. If the Lions beat the Cowboys, your Cowboys and the Rams are kind of on the same level as far as offense. Mm-hmm. So that gives us confidence to go like, okay, maybe we can rumble with the Rams. I'm not worried about anybody else. We can beat the Bears.
We got the offense.
Beat the Vikings. We can beat the Steelers. Yeah.
I want to. You know what team I want to see out there against Dallas? I want to see the Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions out there. That's what I want to see. Where they're getting. I
want to see a complete fucking game. Like, I want to see a game where all phases are good.
I want to see. I want to see Dak sitting there looking at the top of Ford Field at least 2 or 3 times in key situations. I want to see Jahmyr Gibbs get out there and get some catches. If Amon plays, because they said, hey, if he can play, he can play. This is on him. If he goes out there and plays, and I want him balling out. But if he's not, J-Mo, dude.
I don't think Amon's going to play.
Yeah.
Well, unless you are Amon St. Brown. Because
that's what Dan
said. Dan said if he feels he can play.
You know how confident Amon is? He said he doesn't know. A guy that's that confident says he doesn't know concerns me. And would you rather sit him out for a game and have him healthy for the next game?
Yeah, he can't come out and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to play," or "No, I'm not going to play." The coach has to make that decision.
He could.
The
medical staff has to make it.
Amon-Ra, if he could, he'd go. He don't care.
It's his fucking ankle. I mean, he's the one that knows what's wrong with it. Regardless of the medical staff, if he feels he can go out there and play, it's not like he's going out there with a shiv stuck in his side. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's an ankle injury. You rather him not play. True. This is. I think everybody would be safe to say.
But it's a must win. Like
sit your ass down.
It's a must win.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is a must win game. Yeah. Absolutely. So
that's what I'm talking about, Brett. Right there. That's what's got to happen.
I think Muhammad, does he still play on the team or?
Yeah, he's kind of been quiet.
He's been MIA.
He's been on MIA for the last 5 games, I think.
Yeah.
The reason why I'll tell you something. The reason why this game it really concerns me is because the Lions haven't really put together really good football damn near 2 months. Now while you beat the Commanders, while you beat the Browns and all, you haven't really put together collectively good football in a very long time. And if you say that people hit their stride at the end of the season, okay, show me. Mm-hmm. Show me Aiden Hutchinson getting pressure and actually getting sacks at home. Show me where our offensive linemen can hold up against a stout defensive line like the Cowboys, because this is going to be another big test. I mean, Quentin Williams is no joke. I'm sure we all are familiar with Kenny Clark and how well he is in the hole. So it's like, show me this. This is going to be that game you have to show us. I mean, every team that really fucked with the Lions getting into the playoffs won last week. They won.
Yeah.
They won. Bears, Packers, Carolina Panthers, the Niners. We really needed the Niners to lose, but they won. So I mean, you got to show us, man. This is your
and that's the thing is that you got to look at it from a standpoint that it's just been a multitude of things. It's been the play calling by Dan. It's been the rash of injuries to key positions. The opponents too. I mean, we've played some better teams, or at least better defenses, and it's exposed the O-line. Like for me, it's very simple. You've got to get Jahmyr Gibbs going early and often.
Was the game, Brett. That was the game that they did off.
You have to get Jahmyr Gibbs going. You have to try to get Monty some spell. You've got to get that running game going, because if the running game's not going, I keep telling y'all, the common denominator for all these freaking losses is we cannot run the fucking football at all.
And that is due to what? What's the common denominator in that?
Part of it is
interior line.
The interior line, but also too, the running backs aren't getting to the hole quicker either.
They're not moving.
It's in their face.
It's the interior line, because let me tell you something. It's no way not J-Mo, but Jahmyr Gibbs is slowing down every time he's touching the ball. Hell no. It's the interior line. I keep trying to bang that in you guys' heads. The interior line is whatever the interior line does, is whatever the way they're going to go. If they play really well like they did against Baltimore, they're going to do some stuff. If they don't play that way and they play that way against Green Bay, we're going to have the same result. I'm just saying, the running and then Dan has just he's got to calm the fuck down. That's what he needs to do. He needs to run. He needs to have instead of I'm going to go for fourth down because I'm Dan the man and I'm going to go. Dude, get your ego out of there. Remember where you're at. We could have won the Philadelphia game. We could have won that game, but because he decided to go for every fucking fourth down, we lost. And Philadelphia's offense was putrid. They only scored 16 points. We could have got them.
Yeah, but we couldn't protect Goff with a life dependent on it either.
Well, that was it had nothing to do with that. To tell you the truth, it had nothing to do with that. If you're shooting their offense in the foot by going for fourth downs, that he hasn't been, he thinks he's setting them up.
You got to take the points.
And you got to take the points in some certain cases. You gotta be part of the game. You got to know what's going on in the game to play that way. And that's a big fault of Dan Campbell. He's so into I'm gonna do it my damn way, and nobody else can tell me shit, that he ends up shooting his team in the foot.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, a lot of times, and it's cool. I'm not saying he should get rid of going for fourth downs totally. He should taper it off. That's what he should do. He should taper it and understand the game within the game. That's what he needs to do.
The Lions still go for it more than any other team in the league, or they're second to that.
No, the Colts go number first.
But you are not completing any of your fourth downs. They haven't completed a fourth down in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's big. That's big.
But here's the thing too, and I'll agree with you on this, B. I don't want to see the fourth downs around the 40, 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to say this too. I've seen a lot of football this weekend, and you see more of this shit happening where they're going for it from the 40, 50-yard line. However, I don't want to put that defense in a compromising position, and I'd rather punt the ball because we have a great punter who could punt it into the 10 to 15-yard line. Now, if it's plus territory, I'm okay with him going for it because you're trying to get points.
Yeah.
And the field goal is not a guarantee.
And I agree. Dan Campbell, he really just needs to clean this shit up, because if you remember when they were down 2 scores in the fourth quarter and they went for it again, it was like, yeah, somebody should let Dan Campbell know he's down 2 touchdowns. You don't want to slow the game down. You need to hurry up and get points on the board, cut into that lead. But
and
Dan
please
Campbell
do
really
if you're gonna do stuff like that on fourth down, be creative on third down. so that nobody knows what you're doing on fourth down. Running the ball every fucking time on third down just lets you know, and especially when it's in our side, that they're going to go for it. And they're probably going to run the ball again because they have that much confidence in or at least Dan has that much confidence in there. I'm not saying that Jahmyr Gibbs and Monty can't do it, but be creative when you do these fourth downs. There's no creativity going on in any of these third or fourth downs.
I'll do one better than you, B. Just throw the fucking ball. Like
sometimes, yeah.
They got.
If you're going to go for it on fourth down, they know it's going to be a run. Pass the ball.
They have to get very creative and use the players that they have. I mean, right now, I know a lot of people don't want to see J-Mo just catching all the balls, but use him in every single way that you can, whether it be a jet sweep, whether it be a screen pass down the field, short intermittent pass, whatever it needs to be. You have to use
if Amaral doesn't play, J-Mo has to be the factor. He has to be the guy that gets all the targets.
You want to know something else, too? And I'm sorry I got to put this guy out there, but Isaac Tesla is another person that's going to have to take that role on too. Huh? I mean, this is your moment right here. And I mean, while he did good last game, now you see this kid can actually be a weapon. Now use him. Now use him where you need him in the end zone if you need to.
I actually think I actually think the Lions have a very favorable matchup versus the Cowboys defense. Because yes, the interior is strong, but their secondary is still weak. And you can still attack those linebackers. That's why I really feel confident that the Lions can win this game because the Dallas defense is still putrid at times. Like Mahomes was throwing the ball all over the yard against the Cowboys.
That's true. The only thing I will say is that if they are in the backfield by the time the Lions hike the ball, they will not be able to get any plays off.
Well, of course. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to do their best to protect the interior. The good news is Graham is going to be back for this game. So, all the people that shit on Graham Glasgow, it's so funny because every time we shit on a player, he gets hurt and they see the backup. They're like, I wish we had the other guy. So Graham's going to be back for this game.
Let's be honest. We're not talking about a good center. Graham Glasgow is trash.
Well, I mean, he's better. He's better than Cologne.
Okay to say it. He's trash.
True. He is better than Cologne. He's better than what they have at center right now.
I mean, he's
stepped on Jared Goff's foot again.
He's what we have right now. That's all.
But he's what we have. Exactly. I would take 75% or 80% of Graham Glasgow over 100% Cologne.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. So Graham being back is going to help.
Because Mahogany
should be back. Good. Yeah, Mahogany should be back soon. I think he said he could be back sooner than
later. Say that the whole damn time.
So that's great news.
Mahogany.
Yeah, I don't know about Sewell. Yeah, he should be back sooner. I think maybe the next couple of games.
Well, Sewell will be back because Decker is also another guy that was on the injury report too. He's going to be fine too. It's just this time of the year everybody gets injured. I mean, that's just what this is. And with Sewell and Decker, they've earned veteran points. So really they're just taking days off of rest. Sometimes that's what you need. Rest is always good. So we'll see what happens. The only thing I don't like about this game is still the running aspect because you have the best run stopper. Yeah. You have the best run stopper on the other side in the whole league. Quinn Williams. That dude is awesome. And then next to him, you got two other guys that can stop the run.
Yeah.
So you're blocking the middle. So what they need to do creativity-wise in the offense is hit a lot of plays that are going off to the tackle side, in between the guard and the tackle.
Or go wide and test those linebackers out and see how good they are.
And Dan needs to understand that. Stop running shit through the middle when it can't be – it can't go nowhere. Especially against good defense. It could be the Commanders. We don't give a damn because they're not a good defense. Mm-hmm. But the Green Bay Packers, nope. Can't do against Philadelphia either. Nope.
I sometimes think, like in football, they run those kind of plays that are asinizing because I remember in my high school, we ran the slot T football. And if you know anything about the slot T, it's mostly interior runs. And it was frustrating at times because, we'd bust a 30 to 40-yard run, and the next two runs we'd have like 2 yards. But I think a lot of the times they do those inside runs is because they want to keep the defense honest. So they don't be as predictable because if you go wide every time, they're protecting to go to wide. So
it's almost like that
frustrating as it is.
Start. It's almost like that Tarek Skubal start where you know that this is what they're going to do and this is how they're going to perform. The Lions can't be one-dimensional. While the running game is very important and vital, they also have to use their wide receivers as well, attack their secondary. Because like you said, Nate, their secondary really isn't all that good. You really just have to worry about that interior.
I think this is a huge JMO game. I think JMO could have a massive game because I don't think any cornerback
more than 144 yards. What are you talking about? Like Calvin Johnson number of yards?
Honestly, this could be like a 200-yard game for JMO. I think that JMO could get off early and often.
Possibly.
What they need to do is really flip the script on Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So they think they already know we have a dynamic running back duo, but they know they have run stoppers in the middle. But they think that the Lions are just going to keep running that ball in there anyway because Dan's a meathead and that's what he usually does. So instead of doing that, let's just change the dynamic and be passing little short screens. Well, not screens because the Lions are really not good at screens, but little short passes over the middle to JMO or the Kennedy. That Kennedy kid, I don't know where he came from.
TK, man. Shit. TK made some
plays. That dude came out there like he was a man. I was like, damn.
He just came out of nowhere. And
then you got Tesla out there. I mean, you just got to use everybody that you have. Unfortunately, Khalif's not going to be out there, so that's going to be a loss at wide receiver. But
how about Gibby? How about putting Gibby in the flat, man? Put Gibby as
that's another way.
That's
I'm telling you. Just make it like he's going to run. Just have him float out to the flat and throw them pass and let him do his rest. Say, oh, you want to stop our run? Motherfucker, here's our run. This is what we're doing to you for the rest of the game. Stop that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to be creative because I'm probably willing to bet that Amon-Ra is probably not going to play this game because they know the stretch they have going forward. Yeah. But if he can get out there, will get out there. It might be a playing thing with him more so. But I just want him to rest that ankle because,
might be a bait thing.
Maybe.
Just let him go out there. Put two guys on him.
Yeah, use him as a little bit of a decoy. Yeah, that could be.
I mean, we've beat Eberflus's defense before twice, although both those games were real close. And I imagine this one's going to be as close as that too. Because of the fact that the run game, it probably won't be a factor on our side. Well, not much of a factor. We're going to have to pass downfield on them. And like Diggs is not back yet. Belanda's out there. They got some no-name corner out there. Who's other? Oh, I think Hooker's not even out there. I don't think Hooker's playing either.
Yeah, their secondary's banged up too.
Yeah, their secondary's all tore up. So
also too, stopping the run. Like, don't let Javonte Williams get off in the game. Like, put the pressure on Dak to pass the ball every play because if
somebody that the Lions need to look out for, Turpin.
Yeah.
Turpin. He's going to be a very key part to that offense.
Well, that's what their special teams needs to be on the key for him too.
Oh, absolutely. I'll throw another name out there, James Houston. You don't think he wants to get some from being on the Lions?
I ain't worried about James Houston. Not city draws. I'm not. I'm not worried about that dude.
He ate at the Coney
or Clowney had 2 sacks last game.
He's out. Oh, Clowney's not playing. Yeah, he's already DNP twice already.
Yeah, he got injured, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think him and who else is another guy won't be near Clowney and Guyton, offensive lineman. Tyler Guyton is a big loss for them.
Somebody's got to eat on that position. Somebody's got to eat on that position.
Yeah, he's a tackle.
Lon Hutchinson over him. Aiden Hutchinson, he can kill some bums now.
Yeah, he's a tackle. So Lon Hutchinson over him.
Let's talk about Aiden for a sec because Aiden's getting under a lot of heat, and as he should. He got paid, and they're expecting more out of him. I mean, to be fair, Micah Parsons went a couple of games without a sack too, so let's not put the panic button on Aiden.
Hey, look, as a Lion fan, I will say this: Micah Parsons is better. You can't argue.
Sure,
that.
he's also been in the league longer too. So I mean, I'm not gonna. I
will say this: Micah Parsons, you can line him up all over the field. He earned every bit of his dollar that he has had. Aiden Hutchinson is now, out of his last 4 games, I think he only has, one sack? Now, with that being said, Michael Parsons on any team, whether it had been Dallas or Green Bay, he can take control of a game on defense. I mean, we've seen it against us. I mean,
and he can be absolutely zero, like
exactly.
Carolina.
And I'll throw
a team he should not have been zero on.
Look,
Jay, Michael Parsons is so good. Why was the Dallas?
He didn't even get a pressure. He didn't get a pressure, Jay. He didn't even get a pressure.
Against who?
Carolina. He didn't get a pressure against Carolina.
He didn't get shit against the Browns either.
Shit like that happens. I mean, shit like that happens. Look at what they did to the Los Angeles Rams, though. I mean, they shut down that whole pass rush too. Josiah Stewart, Turner, Fisk.
Jay,
that was more of a bad Stafford game. That's what that was. There's a couple of bad throws he made that one got took back.
Jay, I'm gonna hit you with a stat on Micah Parsons because we talk about how good he is. You know how many sacks he has in his playoff career?
I mean, I don't think he even seen the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, he's seen the playoffs.
Yeah, he's been in the playoffs.
Has he seen the playoffs?
He's been those 49ers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many sacks? Right. How many sacks does he have in the playoffs?
I'm not sure how many.
Just take a wild guess.
0.
3.
Like Chris Brown.
He's got 1 sack.
Oh, damn. I didn't give him enough credit.
That's pretty good. But, I want to give you something. Since Aiden Hutchinson signed his big deal, you know how many – in October, how many has Hutchinson had in the past, 4 games? 5 games?
2.
I'm going to let you take a wild guess.
2.
1. 2.
1. And we haven't went up against any strong offensive lines.
That was a big one too, because that got us the game. So I'll take that 3.
While I agree with that, you know how long that play went on for? 17 seconds.
Relentless.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Micah Parsons is a benefactor of a couple of things with Green Bay. Now, it's a give, take, give kind of thing with him. He got on there. He's doing good. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a very good pass rusher. Rashawn Gary, though, picked his game up. That helps you out when you have another edge rusher. Here we go, because I know Jay's on this course. We got another edge rusher out there that's doing great and making Micah Parsons look good because they're fair that edge rusher
because of all the attention he's drawing.
You want to know something
I've seen Aiden Hutchinson get a triple team at one point.
Parsons do too. It's 2 players in the NFL history that has 10 plus sacks, 11 plus sacks, 12 plus sacks in their first 5 seasons. Do you know who those players are?
One is Micah Parsons. We already know that.
Yeah, we already.
The other one is Reggie White, ain't it?
Lawrence
But
Taylor.
the thing is, when the games matter the most, Jay, and we talk about the playoffs because that's where you want to win the Super Bowl. He's had 1 sack against those good teams. You know how many Aiden's had? 3. Okay?
I mean, but those 3 really. I mean, when you look at it, a lot of them came from Tampa Bay, if I'm not mistaken.
Who gives a shit? That's a playoff team. He's got more than Parsons.
The Lions have been to 3 playoff games, and you got 3 sacks. That means a lot.
Hey, a sack every game. I'll take that shit. Michael Parsons.
Compared to the Dallas Cowboys, who aren't shitting, ain't been shitting a very long time.
Dude, if you look at Micah Parsons,
well, they've been good. They just choked in the playoffs.
That's a big deal.
Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Okay, so Micah Parsons got 2.5 sacks on the Lions O-line, right?
Sure did. How many did he have the week before?
Okay, I'm asking the question.
3,
first.
I think.
Yeah. How many did he have the week before that?
He had 2.5. He had 2.5 with against the Lions, which we all can agree is a shitty O-line. Yes. Right? Okay. Mm-hmm. He had another career game against the Cardinals O-line, which we could probably agree is probably pretty bad too. Right? Okay.
Yeah,
so what did he do against the Eagles?
Be a good team, but
I don't think he'd have a sack against the Eagles.
What did Hutch do against the Eagles?
But that's not my point. My point is what I'm trying to tell you.
Offensive line against the Detroit Lions.
But what I'm saying is that he gets a lot of his sacks against weak ass O lines. That's why he's.
He did it in Minnesota. Game. He had 2 against Minnesota. How many did Hutch have against Minnesota?
I don't think he had 1.
No, he didn't have 1. Not at all.
Okay. Well, we're not here to talk about Michael Parsons. Fuck Michael Parsons. He's not on the team. He's not on
but
the
I'm saying
matchup.
we're going to do the compare and contrast thing when I
That's fine.
Parsons,
That's fine. You want to Micah
when I
Parsons? Go
compliment
Micah
Parsons,
Parsons.
And Michael Parsons
when
is
I
getting paid this
compliment
year too.
Parsons, this is purely a fan of the game, not me saying that. Oh, he's just the best thing since shoestrings. No, I'm telling you, Michael Parsons is a big deal. Yes.
Okay.
I love Hutchinson, but I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
where
let's see what he does.
He's
Let's
not
see what
Michael
he
Parsons.
does in the playoffs. Let's
He's
see
not.
if he shows up in the playoffs.
Let's see if the Lions can make it to the playoffs. How about that? The Green Bay Packers are in running for their division. Let's see if the Lions can make it to the playoffs first. Then we can talk about that.
I'm just saying, like, everybody puts Michael Parsons on this pedestal. Let's see what he does in the playoffs.
Shit, look,
they bought him in and paid him all that money.
Proving it. I mean, aren't we putting Aiden Hutchinson on a pedestal? And he ain't did
I'm not putting him on a pedestal. Who's putting him on a pedestal?
I mean, well, when I complimented him, you threw
Sounds
stats
like the
at me
40-year-old
that was
version.
going to be a determining factor. Michael Parsons' stats are still way up. If we want to get technical about it and we talking about pressures and stats, Michael Parsons has, 6 more sacks than Hutchinson right now? I mean, are we forgetting that right now or what?
Putting the Punani on a pedestal.
He's also playing on a better defense right now,
leads the league in pressures. Yeah, good. Now, where the sacks? Where the turnovers? Where all that shit at?
Well, he has actually more forced fumbles than Micah Parsons this year, if you want to go there. And the run grades are about the same.
At the beginning of the
if
season.
if you're just comparing sacks, that's like a pissing contest. Okay, fine. He pissed as far as the other one. Who gives a fuck? Win the fucking game. Win the big games, and then let's see what happens.
We can talk about, if we're talking about the whole combined thing, Hutchinson isn't on Michael Parsons' level. I'm trying to tell you that. I'm looking at the stats right now.
And that's fine, Jay.
Now.
That's fine. I'm not arguing with you about who's better. I don't give a shit. Michael Parsons is not on the fucking team. He's not on the other team.
And to get to that, and I understand that you like Michael Parsons because he is a good player. I'm not taking that away from him, but he does again. I like him as a player. He does benefit from the fact that Rashawn Gary's on the other side.
And which is
even more.
Aiden Hutchins doesn't have any support on the other side.
Anybody else.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No. We good. We don't need anybody else. Y'all mad. You know what?
Okay, so if that's your argument, then that's fine.
Huh?
If that's your argument, then fine. Then just stand on that argument because you've been standing on it
absolutely.
all
I
fucking year.
stand on that shit.
You've been standing on that shit all fucking year, and it's getting old.
Stay on. And you want to know something? I'm going to stay on that shit. Why am I going to stay on that shit? Because we have sat here for multiple years asking for more help for Aiden Hutchinson. You said no, we don't need any help. 3 years in a row now when we asked for it. And then you come out and taunt the fan base and say, well, you guys seem like you're almost mad you don't have another edge rusher. Yeah, duh, because you out here paying somebody $45 million, the highest non-paid quarterback right now, and he's not doing shit. But you upset about somebody talking about going against Jalen Phillips, another fucking edge rusher to help Aiden Hutchinson out. If we had another edge rusher, wouldn't that defense be a little better right now? Can anybody argue that right now?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
I mean, how do you not know, Nate? If B is telling you that Michael Parsons,
there's no guarantee, Jay. There's no fucking guarantee.
Time the fuck out. Hold on. If B can sit here and tell you that this dude can benefit off of having Rashawn Gary next to him, what makes you think Aiden Hutchinson couldn't benefit from having another person beside him?
But we don't know. Because Jalen Phillips is not on the level of Rashawn Gary.
The case point is like last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have the same problem. B knows. They're the Philadelphia Eagles. When Sweat left, that fucked that whole lineup because he was the other pass rusher on the other side. The only thing that helped what's his face from Michigan, dude. Yeah.
Graham. And they have Nolan too, who hasn't done shit either.
Well, that's because they got rid of a lot of their parts.
A lot of people are going from that team.
Yeah,
exactly. And I said that in the beginning of the season that they had some massive losses. Losing Milton Williams was huge too in the interior.
That's fine, but the Lions have not done anything to address the other side.
Nothing.
And hey, look.
Nothing.
To Nate's. I understand where Nate's going because I don't know because I was on that train too. It was like, hey, I trusted what Brad's gonna do. Okay. And what is this? This is the third year, and we still don't have another person outside of Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, like you said, stuff gets tiring to hear all the time. I'm getting tired of hearing that shit all the time. We don't have somebody on the other side of Hutch. You know why? Because Brad is not making a move to do that. Brad, in his time of drafting and his time of free agent, he's not a great free agent guy. In his time of drafting, he does not draft defensive line players real well. Aiden Hutchinson fell in our lap. That's something he was the second pick and was second. That was an easy one. But he doesn't draft well on a defensive line. He drafts well everywhere else, which is funny because he used to be a defensive lineman.
I want to know.
I'm not figuring out. But.
This is what cracks me up about this argument, because everybody can bitch about the fact that we don't have another defensive end, but nobody can give me a name when I ask, like, who would you draft that we could have on this team right now that Brad Holmes missed on?
How about this? How about fuck drafting right now, because you need somebody that's experienced, and you go out and get a free agent, or you can go out and trade. How about that?
But free agency is a choice. So maybe the player wants to go somewhere else.
How about a draft?
Okay, well, I asked you the draft.
According to what Lions people say, Detroit's a destination now for people. It's not somewhere where they go and die.
Thank you. Yes,
right, but they're not going to pay high dollar to a fucking inn when they already paid high dollar to.
Why?
Well,
they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay a high dollar amount. How much you think they're paying Rasheed Gary?
Probably like
they're not paying him a high amount.
They're not paying him a high amount, and he's been there 4 or 5 years now.
Okay, then who was the person that you wanted in free agency? Give me the name.
If there is nobody in free agency, Nate, there's also a thing called trading.
That's not what I asked. I asked, give me a name. Give me a name.
You give up draft picks or money. You know what I'm saying?
Would you understand what I'm saying?
The thing is,
I don't know, man.
Trading.
Because the only person I would take.
I don't know. You can walk on water, so it might be.
The only person I was even considering free agency was Sweat, and Sweat was I don't know how much Sweat made, but he was out of our. And
we can't sit here, and I don't want to hear a damn thing about salary cap when you literally just tied $1 billion into a couple players, and some of them aren't even playing right now because they're injured. And the salary cap goes up.
That's football. Injuries happen. The Lions locked up these players are not going to be out the rest of their career.
I don't want to hear about. Hold on, I said I don't want to hear about salary cap because it's not
the injury thing is. Yeah, I understand.
Well, I'm sorry if you don't like the salary cap. That I don't know what to tell you because the salary cap is the salary
cap ain't real. Look at the New Orleans Saints. How many years have they been over the salary cap? And it's just coming to bite them in the ass. Look at how the 49ers manipulate contract money and look at what they do.
Yeah, it's all about manipulation.
You think the Lions are purposely not just
say that again, B? Say that again, B?
I said
say that again, B?
They manipulate the state. They can manipulate the cap. For instance, like if they wanted to pay, like I think they did when they signed Smith last year. I think what they did was they manipulated Goff's contract a little bit so they can get some more money off of it, and Goff fix his contract so they could pay him to be on that team. They can manipulate money. It happens all the time. If we say salary cap,
going to pay him 70, 75 million next season, probably not.
We say salary cap, but they can is something.
And a lot of these new contracts, the Lions backloaded them, or they paid them up front, so they don't have to owe them as much money anymore. So that is manipulating the salary cap.
There have been a couple. What I'm saying is that there are a couple players that the Lions could have gotten in free agency and trade that make them better, or at least
all these woulda, coulda, shouldas, man.
Stable right now. But the thing is, Nate, what you got to understand is that the woulda, coulda, shouldas are the things that should have happened and that are going to affect us in the future time. Because we know Brad Holmes does not like to draft or trade for certain players. Just being honest.
I'll put it to you this way. Dave. We'll shut the hell up about any of this stuff if the Lions go to the Super Bowl with what they got.
Thank you. Hello.
If they go to a Super Bowl with what they got on there, if you think they can go to the Super Bowl with what they got, which I have a feeling they can do that. But if they don't, we're going to be sitting here arguing about the same thing every time because they haven't gone to a Super Bowl. And until they go to a Super Bowl and prove us wrong about what Brad Holmes is doing, then
I'm more concerned about the line than the pass rushers. I'll tell you that right now, because everything is predicated on pass rushing. I mean, I'm on the O-line, because even on the defensive side, the Lions benefited from running the football to keep the defense off the field. Like, everything is predicated on that O-line.
Well, what happens when the offense can go on a 6-minute drive and then just go out there and score? What happens then?
Like, I mean, Shep's been a good defensive coordinator this year.
This is what happens when you belong to a fan base that has never been to a Super Bowl, hasn't been to a long time. We're always going to argue about it. It's good. It's good natured arguing, mate. That's all it is.
It's never.
None of us are going to be right or wrong unless the Lions go to a Super Bowl.
And we're going to be ridiculed
by every damn fan base until we go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's never satisfying for Lions fans.
Like, and you know something, and to be honest with you, as much as I love my team, I'm starting to just like Brad Holmes and not love him anymore. But as much as I love my team, the way they talk it's almost like subliminal. Everything just for long term instead of just being like, hey, what we want to do now. You know, what are we going to do now to win? What are we doing now to win? If you ask them, what are we doing now to win the championship this year? First off, they put them labels on themselves last year. If y'all remember, Dan Campbell said, I want the whole enchilada, right or wrong. Year before that, when they went to the NFC Championship game, they came out and said it's the Super Bowl time. So when you're talking Super Bowl, that's almost like promising a woman marriage. You're bringing up marriage to your girlfriend. Eventually, she's going to say, so when are you going to propose to me? And that's what the Lions have been doing.
Yeah, but they factor all these injuries to come into the equation the last 2 years. Come on, let's be real.
Hey, so if you propose to your girl and you lost your job, are you going to not marry her, or are you still going to marry her?
I'm going to tell her we got to wait. We got to wait because I lost my fucking job.
You're going to do everything you can to still marry her. You're going to say, wait. You're going to tell your girl to wait to get married.
Yes, because I lost my fucking job, so I got to wait. We got to wait.
And basically, that's what the Lions are telling us.
If she fucking understands,
she's going to take you to the fucking curb if you tell her to wait to get married.
That's fine. She's not for me. She can go fuck off.
Instead of just being like, hey, you know what? Let's go to the county courthouse and get married, or we can just go to Vegas and get married for $5. She's going to take you.
But you said a ring. You said a ring. So
I said marriage. If you told your girl that
you go get married, but if she,
hold on,
but if she wants to ring,
you got a 1 year propose to your girlfriend, and said,
can we courthouse for the win?
We're almost done.
Oh, this is funny. This is too comical. This is funny. This is made for podcast.
The thing is that
and then not deliver.
The thing is, you have to look at the bigger picture. Lions fans are so right here. You got to look at the long-term picture, okay? Now, am I saying that Brad can't add to the team? No, of course not. He always can, okay? But again, there's no guarantee that the players you're talking about are going to fit in, and we're not going to be in the same shithole because we got a bad O-line, okay?
Doesn't matter. Here's
the thing. If the defensive line was the only problem, then I could see your argument. But that's not the biggest problem, Jay. The biggest problem is our fucking interior.
Then what happened when they were the biggest issue? What did he do?
Well, the line was good. So we masked it. I don't know.
What line was good?
Our O-line was good.
I'm just going to put it to you this way. We have a pretty good. We have a better than average, probably one of the top tier GMs in the league. We have a really good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I said this quite a few times to both of you guys. I like watching Dan Campbell's press conferences. I don't even listen to half the shit he says because half the shit he says is the same shit that he said in the last press conference.
Yeah,
it's like a repetitive thing. Oh, we gotta do all the good off in 3 phases of the game. Dude, you just said that the last pass conference. We know this.
That's coach speak, B.
Ain't nobody out there
got better at coach speak.
He needs to say that to his team. I don't give a fuck about all that. That's what your job is to do. But the point of the matter is that he never made the one thing about Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. They didn't sit there and say, we're going to win you a Super Bowl. They said they're going to put us in a position to be to win the Super Bowl. That's the only thing
And
that
they
I can
didn't
give them
factor
credit
all these
for.
fucking
They
injuries.
didn't
into
lie.
the
They weren't
equation.
transparent. They were transparent about that. They didn't lie because it is hard to get a Super Bowl.
Nate, you said they didn't factor in what?
They didn't factor all these injuries to happen.
It's football.
You lost. Yeah, but how many teams lose their whole fucking defense last year?
And they still won 15 games.
While that happened, that was a freak accident. Absolutely. I would agree that the Lions were just banged up.
And how many injuries have we had
look
this
at how
year?
Many teams are still look at how many teams are still competing with what they have. I mean, look at the Chargers right now. They're down their 2-3 best old linemen. Y'all still
but they're healthy in other areas. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the Lions are hurting in all areas.
So are we. Maybe not this week, but we're healthy in other areas too. Defensive line being one. I mean, right? Come on, let's just be honest.
All I'm saying is if you don't factor in injuries
like last season.
If this team didn't have the injuries they had, the severe injuries I'm talking about, like Laporta, having Brown, not losing Mahogany, I think this is a whole different team because this team is really good. Okay, so those are factors. That has nothing to do with Brad Holmes. That just did happen.
And the other guy from the Chargers weren't injured. Don't you think that'd be a different Chargers team?
They're good already. They're 8-4.
Wouldn't they be better if they had their two best offensive linemen?
Yes,
you know that, Nate. Because if Sewell and Decker went down, you don't think that would impact our offense at all?
Oh, we'd be terrible.
Okay.
But they also have a really good quarterback in Herbert. Herbert's better than Goff.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm not going to say that.
As far as the whole NFL fan base is concerned, everybody's better than Goff. So
no. Justin Herbert's not better than Goff, and I like Herbert. I think he's really good. But Jared Goff, when he's healthy and he has time to throw, he's been one of the 5 best.
But Herbert's got the size, the mobility, and the arm strength, and all that. Like people wanted Herbert when Stafford was the quarterback for the Lions. Do you remember that?
Yeah. How many playoffs did the Chargers win?
Yeah, but I mean the Chargers were shit too.
Crickets.
Well, and they had Brandon Staley as head coach. You know how bad that guy was.
He ain't good for the. Who is he coach of now? Isn't he on Carolina? As a matter of fact,
maybe
Brandon Staley. I thought he's with the Bears.
No, that's Dick.
Let's bring on Miss Liz. Let her gloat about her team because our team was ass.
Yeah, well, it happens.
What's up, Liz?
What's up?
I mean, I have every right to gloat.
I'm saying, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Are you not entertained?
Be right. Why would I not? Maybe you're mad because you chose the Colts when you shouldn't have. You should have went for Texas.
No, I don't give a shit. I told you I don't give a shit about the picks. Go ahead. Go for it.
All right. I am going to gloat. CJ Stroud returned and looked like himself again. Stroud came back from a concussion protocol and threw for 276 yards, shaking off rust and dust and showing why he changes this offense instantly. Texans defense is still elite. We're still number 1. So Houston became the first team all season to hold the NFL highest scoring offense under 20 points. That's championship level defense. So why the fuck would I not gloat? So Nico Collins scored the game winner. The tiebreaker play was a 7-yard run. I didn't think Collins was going to pull through. Honestly, I was thinking last week like he was going to just shut down for some reason. But early in the fourth quarter, creative, clutch, and perfectly executed. Nick Chubb added a power touchdown. Chubb punched in a 4-yard touchdown, giving Houston in that physicality in the red zone. Finally, Houston won a close game. It was close. It could have went A, could have went B. And you're right. It could have, because you never know. It's any fucking given Sunday. But the Texans now on a 4-game winning streak. They've climbed back into the playoff picture and sit just 1 game behind the division leaders.
They're in the same exact spot as guess who? The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. Spot. Yeah, I think I sent you that picture.
It's so funny. Different fan bases mentality. One's really hyped up and excited because they got back in, and the other one's like, hey, we're right there, but yet it's like we suck. Go figure.
I didn't say y'all suck. I didn't say the
I'm
Lions
not
suck.
talking about you. I'm talking about our fan base.
Oh,
Go
well.
ahead.
Well, the fan base on our side is filled with a bunch of idiots.
But
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and
most fans are idiots. Go ahead.
I mean, that's in any NFL team. Like all fans are different. All fans are like when we're winning, we're on a high. Those fans from Houston, when we were 0-3, they were ready to jump ship. They were turning in applications for Cowboys to be a fan from there. But hypothetically,
that's sad.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's Houston too. We all got the same bullshit.
They were Cowboy fans, B. they just changed for
Not
a minute
me.
and then they went back.
Not me.
I didn't say you. I didn't say you.
Not all of Houston. There was Oilers, and then there was Houston.
The Oilers went to the Tennessee. That was the Titans.
Yeah, we weren't gonna go all Tennessee. Fuck no.
That Oilers logo and them jerseys was cold though.
No, yeah, they were.
Man,
the Titans.
Anyway, go ahead with that.
Anyways,
what's up with the
anyways, yeah. So I mean, our fan base is trash too. They're always talking trash on Reddit too, talking about like, oh, we barely won. A win is a win. Colts drove to Houston 31 with under 2 minutes left. Texans defense forced back-to-back incompletions to seal the win. That pass interference flag changes the game, though. A critical call on Kennedy Moore on the third 15 kept Houston
that was a delay game. Yeah.
Yeah. But setting up the Collins, it set it up Collins for the touchdown.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor, who? Just saying. that NFL is
how many yards did he get in that game?
85 yards with no touchdowns.
So they did a pretty good job in stopping him.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor, I'm not saying that he's not a bad dude. That dude's cold.
Yeah.
He's cold. He's cold for sure.
But not
in Houston. But not in Houston. Not with Houston, I'm sorry, because I forgot we're over there. The coaching also stepped up for me. Coach, what's his name? Dino Vasso stayed home after the birth of his child. That's what I was reading on Reddit. So I was like, just stay home, bro, because the rest of the defense staff stepped in and delivered a huge performance. And for me, the star for the Texans was the defense unit overall. They held
a defensive coordinator. Hold on. He's a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Vasso.
Ryans is the guy.
Well.
Ryan makes the calls.
Yeah, but
and you know what? That probably showed me the reason why.
That
the defense was a little leaky in some times in that game.
Yes,
you know what? Defensive coordinators matter, even if DeMeco Ryans is calling a lot of those defensive plays. that guy's a solid defensive coordinator. He is, because they make that team double.
Yeah, but defense, they held the league's highest scoring offense to 16, shut down the run, made the final stop, and kept Houston alive while the offense worked through a lot of problems. But the defense won this game again. So my MVP is, of course, Mr. Stroud. He's not perfect, but he was the difference maker. He did 276 yards. He controlled the game, and he came in clutch after that early initial Houston looked like I forgot what play it was. I'm trying to remember when it was, but that But Stroud is mine, my person this week. He did a lot. He really came through, and he was really communicating with both offense and defense and hyping his team up. I was really proud of my quarterback. So, how can the Texans beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead?
Pay the refs.
Pressure on Mahomes.
He said beat the refs. I was waiting for you to say that.
You know, I tell you the truth, the refs haven't been in the Kansas City pockets lately. They haven't.
Yeah, they really haven't.
Yeah, they really haven't. I feel like, I was watching that Dallas and Chiefs game, the recap. And to me, if KC, they had 10 penalties for 119 yards versus Dallas. and they had 5 pass interference calls alone.
Mm-hmm.
So the
If they can
Texans
get
must.
if they can get pressure on Mahomes, it's going to be a game changer.
They gotta,
Yeah.
something. They also gotta protect CJ Stroud because
Yes.
the Kansas City Chiefs.
They got a defense too. They're fifth in
Yeah,
defense,
they do.
I think.
They got a good
They're higher in
defense.
defense.
They got
KC
good defense.
kind of trash. So protect Stroud and y'all be good, man.
I think, like the Texans must force Chiefs into panicky coverage, deep shots to Nico. Schultz too, like he needs to show up too. But my biggest concern is the Texans need to stay aggressive on the 4th down. Mahomes will be. Mahomes has converted 2 4th down touchdowns versus Dallas. Houston must match aggression and go for it in KC territory. Like we can't settle for Mr. Fairbear all day and all day long, all quarters. We need
Care Bear's going to be your friendly person in this game. I can tell you that right now.
I know, but we need some touchdowns. We need touchdowns to beat Mahomes. No joke. Put pressure on Mahomes, make him hold the ball. Dallas sacked him 3 times, including 2 by I think Mr. Clowney. Texans need Anderson and Hughes and to collapse. They just need to put, because Mahomes is dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the Chiefs too. And I know a lot of Houston Texans fans hate the Chiefs too. But
because Mahomes always beats you, that's why.
Mahomes is dangerous. Mahomes is dangerous on the move.
Y'all gotta
but holding the ball, when he holds the ball, it leads to sacks and mistakes. Yeah. And that's when Mahomes gets pissed. And that's when he starts getting angry. So for us, Stroud just everybody, it's gonna take everybody in this game to win.
It's gonna be,
I know. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I was gonna say it's gonna be a great chess match between Andy Reid and D'Amico Ryans. Because
you know what this game reminds me of a reverse of how the Lions were last year, where the offense was winning a lot of their games because they're deep to keep their defense off the field. This is the same thing that Houston is doing right now. They're playing a lot of defensive, real defensive, good football.
Yeah, they're just doing
so that the offense are not on the field a lot. So I would say that I wouldn't be worried about your defense against Mahomes because you got 2 great bookends, and your secondary is phenomenal. But I would worry about their defense versus your offense because they are their top 10 defense. They're up there, top 5 in defense.
No, I get it. I've been watching the Chiefs because I knew this game has been circled on my calendar for a while, ever since the games came out. But the bottom line is Arrowhead is loud. It's hostile. Dallas took the crowd out early with physicality and explosive plays, and that's what the Texans need to do. They need a fast start. They need a big defensive play early. They need a deep shot in the first quarter, something to silence the fucking stadium. The blueprint to beating the Chiefs is simple. Pressure Mahomes, tack their penalty, finish drives, don't give 15 the ball back late. It's a scary game. I'm even nervous watching it.
I mean, to be fair, the Chiefs are coming in very desperate. This is it for them. If they lose this game, they're pretty much out of the playoffs in some aspects, because that'll be 7 losses. And you look at the way the AFC. You look at the way the AFC's going. It's a war down there for the bottom.
It is.
So Chiefs
are
playing desperate. They're playing like there's no tomorrow. So you're gonna get the best Chiefs game for sure.
Yeah.
I just think right now, and I'm not trying to be funny about the whole situation, but if the Houston can catch a heater on that offense, I would not want to play that team in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ryans had said it on the press conference earlier today that this past win against the Colts showed the soul of Houston. They're fearless, united, and unstoppable. But the leadership is going to play a big part in Arrowhead this week. Every player and every fan, every heartbeat in the city, we got to keep pushing. Houston needs to just keep rising. because of us fans. Like, this is what we want. We came from 0-3, from nothing to this. This is where we have to win. I know it's a hard task, but it can be done. The
You
Chiefs
got a
have gone
gauntlet of
down
a schedule,
before.
man. You got the Bills, the Colts, and the Chiefs, all 3 games in a
Yes,
row. Man,
we
that's
got
tough.
a
And
big
and
we got
they won 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot right there. And then they got to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 2 of them. Well, the Indianapolis, was that a home? The Indianapolis one?
No,
It was in
that was
You were at the Colts,
Indianapolis.
weren't you? Yeah, they beat them at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it beat Buffalo senseless. And then
it's hard.
Kansas City is just not. I mean, I understand the whole Patrick Mahomes thing, but when you got a devastating defense like Houston does, I don't care who the quarterback is. They're gonna get they're gonna get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Josh Allen did that.
Yeah,
Josh Allen got
punched
punched in the mouth by that defense.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. You want to know something else, Liz? If you guys can go back-to-back weeks on the road and beat 2 good teams like Kansas City and Indianapolis, that's going to be a huge, like notch under y'all's belt, because that's, you can win on the road and against contenders. So that
because you're gonna have to win on the road in the playoffs. More likely, you're gonna be starting.
Yeah, I mean, because we got the Chiefs, and then the next time we have the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Chargers, and then the Colts again. So, I mean, I feel like
you got the Colts at home.
Yeah.
You got the Chargers away though, right?
Yeah. We got the Chargers. Yeah.
You know what? You could that team could possibly run through that gauntlet.
We might do. We might.
Number one defense, man. That defense is playing like they ain't got no damn sense. They're playing like the 85 Bears.
I don't know what they're eating, but keep on eating.
They are.
Their defense is crazy. I love it.
I mean, they're not doing a lot of record-setting stuff, but at the same time,
they're just shutting down the offenses. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Because it's an offensive league. Most of the defenses on these teams are crap anyway. So I mean, if your defense is like that good, and their defense is like, your offense can get something going down the field. Even if you got to kick 20 field goals, you can still win that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like we can win. We will win. In my perspective, we will win. So I got a back. Hi, Robbie. But yeah, so my bold prediction is Texans 27, Chiefs 24.
All right.
And there you go. That's it. Yeah. It's gonna be right on the margin. Yeah.
Well, good luck. Good luck, Liz, this week.
Good luck to y'all, Lions. I'm rooting for y'all. So
we're gonna need it. We're gonna need every bit of it.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Always. Having you. You're a team person. What the hell are you talking about? Right. You're on a
thanks
team.
for having me.
All right. Well, wrapping up the show. I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. Please go to One Ass Cheek and Three Toes on YouTube. Check out Jay and Liz on Instagram and TikTok. One Ass Cheek and Three Toes. Yep.
One Ass Cheek and Three Toes.
There you go. Tune in next Tuesday for our show, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be hopefully talking victory for both teams.
Victories.
And then exactly. And then also tune in Thursday. B and Jay will go and do the Around the 32. I will not be around, so y'all hold it down.
Robbie.
And we'll be talking bets, spreads, fantasy. Tune in, enjoy it. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody out there, even I see there's 4 people watching. That's cool. Tell everybody else around you, hey, at any time in this show, Nate and Jay could be going at it.
Subscribe. Tell your friends we got a podcast. We talking about
for podcast TV, buddy. That's what I'm saying. So, subscribe.
Buddy.
You get on Twitter, X,
or
IG,
or come on this show and side with either one of us.
There you go. That works too.
All
right.
Talk something.
I'll side with Jake.
All right, fellas. Well, we're gonna wrap this show off. You guys have yourself a blessed evening. As always, the haters of the South, haters of the North. You hate us, but you ain't us. You have a good evening. See you next Tuesday.
Peace.
Peace.
Front of you, you cannot see what's in front of you. Yeah, promise that you get to run into if you knew what's about to come to you. It's about to get real dangerous. It's about to get real dangerous. It's about to get real dangerous.